Hey guys, coming at you with a workshop vlog today on discipleship. Listen, discipleship is not a self-improvement program to become a better Christian. Discipleship is about maturity. And it's about God maturing us so that we can carry the good works which He's prepared for us in Christ Jesus. It's about us walking into our destiny and God's plans for our life. In the US, you're considered a regular church attender if you attend church once every month. That's 12 weeks a year. In New Zealand, we're probably not as bad as that, but I would say 2 to 3 weeks of the month. But still, that means that if you attend church for about half the year, you're considered a committed member. Now, the problem with that is that discipleship cannot happen in that setting. Discipleship requires an everyday living of God's process in our life. I want to read from you from the Bible in 2 Kings chapter 2, the story of Elijah and Elisha being the younger. And this is something that God spoke to me about how He does discipleship, and it's completely different to what you might expect culture and society would do a training program. And Elijah said to Elisha, the younger, "Stay here, for the Lord has told me to go to Bethel." God's number one step in the discipleship process is for you to stay there. God is testing your hunger. He's testing to see, are you going to stay there or are you going to push through? You see, hunger is the fuel for discipleship. Now, if you want to do a training program, everybody's trying to recruit us. Universities, online platforms, on Facebook feeds, everybody's trying to get us in their program, but God does the opposite. He says, don't come. You stay there, and He's testing to see if we're hungry. And what I love about God is that if you don't want to come, He's okay with that. Jesus didn't give a hard time to the crowd for not being like His 70 followers. And He didn't give a hard time to His 70 followers for not being more like His 12 disciples. He didn't give a hard time to His 12 disciples for not being more like His 3 closest. He sort of says, stay there, and if you want to stay there, it's okay, but I'm going ahead. And that's what Elisha does to Elisha. He's testing his hunger level. Second thing in the discipleship process is God allows discourages. A group of prophets from Bethel came to Elisha and asked him, "Did you know that the Lord is going to take your master away from you today?" What they're essentially saying is, you do realize that Elijah is going to go ahead and he's going to heaven, and so you may as well just give up now. You can stay here. There's no point in going any further. You've come far enough. He's testing to see if we're going to get discouraged and give up, or if we're going to push through, because pushing through makes us stronger and develops character. And often the time it comes in the voice of people being concerned and saying, look, I'm concerned about your well-being. I'm worried about your family. I don't want you to burn out. You see, they're coming with the motive of pain relief. But every coach knows that if you want to train an athlete, you've got to burst through the pain barrier to get to where you need to go in your fitness and by improving your game. And God's the same. He knows that this pain is momentary and that it's going to produce character in you. And the Apostle Paul talks about in his letter. Step number 3, I'm not going to share with you. Listen, I'm going to be talking on this in our church soon. The date should be coming up on the bottom of the screen because I cannot remember it right now. But I want to encourage you to come along. If you're not in New Zealand, not in Whangarei, then check out the podcast. Hey, keep loving Jesus. He loves you. God bless you guys.